Hey guys, it's Lisa. Welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make and style a tiered tray for Valentine's Day. Now you can make a tiered tray out of so many items. Here I've just taken a silver plated plate and a silver plated bowl and connected them with a candlestick. Now this is a cake plate, and all I have to do with a cake plate is just add, this is a little miniature goblet, and just add that and a bowl, and I use E6000 glue or Gorilla Glue. Both work really well for me. Now here is a plate that I've already connected to a candlestick, and now I'm just going to take a larger plate for the bottom and connect that and put some little legs on it, and that will make a tiered tray. So there's really no reason not to have one. There's so many items that you can use to make them. Now I bought these little feet, and I looked up on a whole box of them, little wooden feet, for $8, and I was tickled to death because I usually have to cut up spindles to make those, and I'm just going to glue 4 on the bottom and then glue this plate to the top. Now for my tiered trays, when I make them, a lot of people like the difference in the finishes, and while I do think that's cute, I want mine to look cohesive, so I usually paint mine. Now this one is put together with just a couple of little hobnail candlesticks, and in the past I wouldn't have run those, but as many of you know, a lot of the older glassware just doesn't sell anymore, and so I think that I think it'll be better used this way. But I'm just going over this with a couple of coats of white chalk paint. And now after you paint this, you could add some wax, and I do clear coat it. But I'm not really going for any kind of a special look right now. I'm just showing you how to make these tiered trays. So I'm just going to put a couple of good coats of chalk paint and then clear coat this, and it will be ready to style. But since I'm going to be waiting on this to dry, I'm just going to use a tiered tray that I already had. But see, doesn't that turn out really pretty? Now, I always start with some sort of texture and color in my cloth. I like to drape something, especially over that bottom tier. It adds some color, it adds texture, and it helps the item stay in place better also. So for this tray, I'm going to use the colors red, white, and purple. I think those are really popular Valentine colors, and so that's what I'm going to do this one with. I personally like to use neutrals with my whites, creams, and wood tones. But for this one, I'm going to make it more colorful. So I think the most important rule of decorating a tiered tray is balance. You never want the sides matchy-matchy, but you do need to create some balance. And for this tray, I'm just going to decorate the front so that it can kind of go against the wall or in a corner. I usually decorate mine that way because in my home, where I put my tray, it doesn't usually show the back. And in doing that, you don't have to use nearly as many items, obviously. So I've got that purple on one side on the bottom, and then it usually works out better to use that same color on the top on the opposite side. So that's what I'm kind of trying to do here. And I'm just creating this as I go. So as you can see, I'm having to do and redo, and that's just how this process works, and that's how you'll do yours. So I just decided to go ahead and just kind of create it as I go. Now, I love to use little vintage items, and I had this little doily in the right color, so I thought it made the perfect addition for this little tray. I love lavender, and I use it a lot. If you don't have anything like this and you want to use the purple in yours, then take a little jar and wrap some burlap around it and put a couple of stems from Walmart in here. Walmart is a great place to buy the lavender stems because they're very inexpensive. Now, I love my little white stoneware. I use it all the time, and that's just a little wooden heart. I think it's made of driftwood that I like to use to add my little. I like my wood tones, and even when I'm going with color, I want to add a little touch of wood tones in there. And if you add white always makes your other colors pop. Now, this little framed art here that I got, I found at Walmart, and I think it was just like $2.97. And because it's neutral, it works really well. And here I am deciding I don't like where I'm going with this, and I start over. So, that's just how this works, and it's fun to create these, and that's just all part of it. I didn't mention that these little towels Walmart also has, and I think they're $1.98. I know they're under $2, but they've got some really cute ones this year. Some have the little ticking stripes. Some have black hearts instead of red, and then there's one with just a big red heart. But they're really, really cute, and they're kind of lightweight, so they're easy to decorate with in this tray. There's also a really cute one this year with the ticking stripe and a little bee design, which I just love. So again, here I'm just balancing these items. So I put this lavender back on the top here, and that brings my purple on the opposite side at the top. And now I've got this picture here, and it's opposite of this white heart art here, and it balances those two items. Now, once you get your base items like this, then it's just all about kind of adding some color and adding some texture. And I got this little heart house with a heart on it also at Walmart. And I think it was just like $1 and something. And then this is a little glass heart with a little white heart added to it, just kind of hanging from it. And I think that was just like 97 cents or something. And I use this little driftwood heart in a lot of my arrangements because I just think it adds a neat little touch, and I love my wood tone, so it just kind of adds that little wood tone to the bottom. And these are little heart cookie cutters. If you don't have much to go in it, you just start digging. You'll find little items like this that all you need is the little heart shapes. The Dollar Tree is also a good place to search for little items. They have these little plastic hearts that are like a clear red, and you could paint those and stick them in there. And there's just so many ideas on things that you can put in it. See, I tried this in the little picture, decided I didn't like it. I didn't like it there in front. So you just play with it and just kind of stick you some greenery, balance your greenery out, and it'll add the texture that you need. And like I said, if you put it on one side at the top, it's usually a good idea to put a little bit on the bottom on the opposite side. Like I said, the biggest rule here is balance. And you just kind of play with it until you like what you get. and I felt like that was the balance that I needed. And there, this one is finished, and we'll do another one to show you. This is the most simple little Valentine tray. This is one of them that I made, and this one is very simple. There's not as much color, but I could see something like this being really pretty in the bathroom, or if you're a minimalist like I am, then this would be a really quick way to decorate your tray. So I had that little bouquet of we just talked about the Dollar Tree, and it had those little styrofoam hearts, and so I just stuck some of those and a little bit of greenery in that little arrangement, and I did that also with the basket. So now with this one, because it's so simple, we don't have to so much balance our colors. That I've got that little basket there in the center of the top, so I'm not having to balance the other side. I just need to make sure that I've got light colors on the top and the bottom. And so that wooden heart, my little trusty wooden heart, is just the perfect item to balance that. And then I'm just adding a little bit of lamb's ear, and I use lamb's ear a lot because it's a soft green that I really like, and I think it works well with this soft pink. So you can see how quickly this one is coming together, and it looks like you've spent more time than you actually have. But I think that if you're intimidated by these trays, start small like this. Start with something very simple, and maybe you'll prefer simple. Now, I think birds are a good little addition to your Valentine tray, because when I think of those and Valentine's Day, I think of lovebirds, and I thought that added just the right touch to this little simple tray. And there's one on the right that I did in neutral colors, which is how I like to decorate in my home. And I'll leave you with a few other ideas. And I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that you'll find something around the house. If you don't have a tiered tray, I hope you'll find some items to put together and make one and decorate your own. A big thank you to all of you who are subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting on my videos. All this is helping my channel to grow, and you don't know how much I appreciate you. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.